is our emotional mind, or our feeling mind. So this is where we store all of our memories and past experiences, and where we form our habits and beliefs and behaviors. So this is where our conditioning lies. Now, the unique thing about the conscious mind, or the thinking mind, is that it has the ability to accept or reject any thoughts or ideas. So any thought or idea the conscious mind accepts is then directly downloaded to our subconscious mind. Now, our subconscious mind doesn't have this ability. It can't accept or reject any thoughts. So it must accept all thoughts that the conscious mind chooses, regardless of whether they're positive or negative. Now, our thoughts, we choose a thought, is directly downloaded to our subconscious mind, and that has to cause a feeling. So our thoughts create a feeling. That feeling has to be expressed through our body in actions, and it's those actions that produce the results. Maybe we'll go over that one more time quickly, just because it's a little bit to take in. So we have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is our what mindset? Is it our thinking mind or our feeling mind? Thinking. Right. Because it's where we have the ability. We have that free will. We can choose what to think about. It's also the place where we judge, so where we set goals for ourselves and we judge our results. It can also be where we have a harsh, critical voice sometimes, or a very nurturing voice. Now, that means that our subconscious mind, of course, is our emotional mind or our feeling mind, because this is where we store all our memories and experiences and form our habits and behaviors and beliefs. So with our conscious mind, we choose a thought. That thought causes a feeling. That feeling has to be expressed through our body in actions, and it's our actions that produce our results. Now, if we're aware of our ability to choose a thought, then we have greater success in choosing thoughts that are in harmony with our happiness. It's when we're not aware of this ability, or we neglect to pay attention to our thinking, is sometimes where we end up getting results that we're not really happy with. Sometimes we can see this in day-to-day life. If we look at two people who have the same goals, but they end up getting different results, it's often because they're having different thoughts. So to illustrate this point, let's look at two, we'll make some salesmen tonight. We'll call them Bob and Bill. So both of these men, Bob and Bill, they both have the same goal. They really want to excel in their field. Both men have had the same number of sales training, and they both learned the 5 key steps to selling in their training courses. Now Bob, he consistently doubles the monthly quota, whereas Bill really struggles just to meet target. Now remember that both of these men are well-intentioned, committed individuals who really want to do well. But if we want to understand why they're getting such different results, we really need just to look to their thoughts. So Bob's dominant thoughts, so the ones that play over and over in his mind each day, are thoughts of a positive nature. They're thoughts like, I can sell, or my efforts always pay off, even if it's in a small way. So these thoughts in Bob create pretty happy feelings of pride and security. And that leads Bob to go to work each day feeling pretty motivated and excited about what he's going to accomplish. And as a result of that, he's formed the habit of always using those 5 key steps. Now Bill, on the other hand, Bill's dominant thoughts are negative in nature. They're thoughts like, I can't sell, or if I try, it's not going to make a difference anyways. So he goes to work each day feeling pretty discouraged, and he ends up not really using those 5 key steps consistently, and he ends up getting poor results. Now, as long as Bill continues to choose those same thoughts, he's going to get those same results. It's like Mahatma Gandhi said, a man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Now, what's really important for Bill to understand is that his current results do not represent his potential. They're simply a reflection of his previous thinking and conditioning. Now, Bill's potential, he has the potential to excel in his field. His potential, like all of ours, is unlimited. And Now, many of us already know what it is we need to do to how to get better results in our lives. We know, for example, if we want to lose weight, chances are if we make healthy choices with our foods, if we maybe eat a little bit less and exercise a little bit more, we'll get those results. We know that if we want to have really harmonious relationships with ourselves, sometimes it's a good idea to think before we speak. But we don't always, we don't always do that. So what actually ends up happening is what we know and what we actually do are often very different. Now, we set a goal, there's something we really want, or it's one of those situations where we said, I never want to do that again. I never want to be completely stuffed full after Christmas Day and have to go back to the gym and start way over, or I'm never going to yell at my kids, or these sorts of things, whatever it is that is important for us. So we set a goal, kind of like in the new year. We set a goal. We're going to go to the gym. And we set up a whole plan that we're going to take action for. And we do take the action. And we take it often for just a short period of time. And before we know it, we're back to our old habits. So what happens then, well, for me anyways, used to be that I get discouraged. I feel like I failed somehow. So then I add to that negative discussions in my conscious mind. Oh, I tried and I failed and it's not working. But I really want, whatever it was, to lose weight or to achieve a goal. So eventually, I'd set back out to try again. But I'd end up with the same results. I just sort of keep repeating this cycle. Now, the really good news is that the struggle that we have is not really because of a lack of will or commitment or intention on our part. It's because there's a disconnect. And this disconnect occurs between our conscious and our subconscious mind, or that thinking and that feeling mind. Now, it's when these two are aligned that we are able to achieve our goals with a lot less struggle. Is everyone with me so far? Okay, great. So let's take a better look at the conscious and subconscious mind. So if we look at our conscious or our thinking mind, it has the ability to process approximately 2,000 bits of information per second. Now initially, I thought that was pretty impressive, until I learned that the subconscious or the emotional mind has the ability to process 4 billion bits of information per second. So that's quite a difference. And one of the reasons that our subconscious mind has such a large processing capacity, because if we go back to our stick man, we remember that it's our storehouse. So it stores all our past experiences and our memories and our habits and behaviors. So it's the reason why when we get up every morning, we don't have to relearn how to drive the car or relearn how to brush our teeth. It's already stored in there. We have a pattern or a habit. Now, our subconscious mind also stores our beliefs. Beliefs about ourselves and our abilities, or our self-image. And actually, I remember Bob Proctor saying that we can never outperform our self-image. Consciously, we may set a goal, but if subconsciously we don't believe that we can do these things, it's very hard to outperform that or to go past that. Now, these beliefs need to be congruent with our conscious mind in order to make positive change. So let's take a look at our conditioning. Science tells us that 95% of our thought, emotion, and learning occur in our subconscious mind. So that means that 95% of our choices, habits, and behaviors, they're not conscious. They're actually pre-programmed responses from our conditioning. So if we think about that for a second and